this spot, and we're thinking this might be, still figuring out how to bring the road in. Don't really want, there's like in the summer, because this is definitely more than it had when we came and looked at it and bought it in this. How you doing? Not too bad. There's day one. The original skidder roads went brush and firewood. This is going to be a lot of work. Day two, really good job of skidding. Pretty good size. I want to end up over about right here. These are both our pieces. Elevation and distance measurements. 2, 6, and go the other direction. All right, got the second measurement. Got up here with a four-wheeler. So I got a U-Haul trailer on the back, got a bunch of stuff, get water in it. So now I'm headed back. This is a pretty steep grade down, just like the one coming up the other side. Top off my tank. There it is, arrived safely, unloaded. This is going to be our temporary power, and then once we get power, move those, and then these lights here, so that it'll start charging up. How many of errors, everything from getting the wrong filter, clearing that we're going to put the RV in, while we build. It'll have good sun exposure for the solar. There is where the RV is going to go. We got that leveled off. A little skidder trail we're cleaning up. It's going to be our temporary road into this. Right now she's just getting used to it, but it's a lot wider. The morning warm up in Greece. Just got that big stump out yesterday. And what you can see now that the road is in, we're coming through and widening it. That we didn't want to take out, so we'll bring a lot of dirt back here to fill. It out more. It's dirt. She hadn't looked up once. Doing a great job though. We are chipping. We got these brush 4 or 5 of them. Learned a lesson with this tarp. It was blowing down and coming. Obviously it still needs a lot of work. I gotta shape that side. Looks like we got a natural spring right here we're gonna have to deal with. And I gotta backplate it all and make it smooth. And now I can get the truck up in here. Going down to where the house is, but we're just following an old skidder trail here. This is going to be fun in the winter. Doing this so that when it rains, this isn't mud, because we got it in thanks to our neighbor who graciously, tonight the generator ran for 4 hours to fully charge that. It stops at 95%. Garden hose up here to siphon down. I just set the pallet there so we'd have a level. You saw, I took the top off the pickup. That was so that I could get that tank and that tank. One is going to be town and pickup. The first one is going to be with a diaphragm in it to provide pressure. And we'll bring in more of the chip material. We'll bring house over this, because this is where my wife wants her greenhouse. So we'll just make it. Started digging the drain. Yesterday we got the drain line in. We ran it up to the creek. We also got the fittings put into that. That took quite a while to get those fittings. We measured and cut logs and put under it. Here we go. Tank that's over here. All of this piping here is for the drain field I still have to put in, but we ran the ditch through here and it's buried up to here. I'm not sure if you can hear that. That's the water pump. That pump has a diaphragm beneath it, and then it comes up. There is that part. I still have to level it. Obviously that isn't ready to go. Just ordered gravel. I've been waiting to order gravel because when I start driving on, I'll probably have to go through and do it again. Scrounge out of this. Doesn't look well. Camper. And of course it's in storage. And I notched that and then started notching out the rest of them so it just kind of fits on it. Those roughed in. You saw I was packing that. We got this, all the feed lines glued up and leveled. Line glued up, the base laid in, now covered and graveled. Now I'll bury that so I can get over. Two. All bladed out. I'm gonna give it a few days dry on our driveway. I forgot to bring the tripod up. There it is, smooth. Also that is some beautiful base rock for road right there. I'm gonna use that to hope. But underneath is good foundation. I'm pretty here we are stuck again. And the problem I've got got that cleaned up. It'll be a little bit easier to come down. But brought a bunch of the dirt over here.
build this out a little.
Hitch in there. The forks come off. Days we got all of that chipping done. So on the front up there, clearing it up so that I can start improving the road. Every run we try to come back with deer. And where'd you go? Over here. And stumps. I don't know if you remember, there was some. So we chipped up everything we could. These are the branches, cutting the bank back so that it can, so it won't erode. Fairly level, fairly smooth, like I said. Okay. It's getting kind of cold. Next time, today we're going to work on this. As you can see, maybe there's a pipe going down. That's the water inlet. And all right, here's the plan. I'm going to leave this all slip fit, wrap it and zip tie it in this. I'm making 2 of them. I'm not sure if you can tell, but the holes are on the log end where we want it. Now I'm going to go through and level it. That's looking pretty level actually, right where I placed it. Okay, there you can see we filled the bottom with rock and then kind of smaller rock, pond liner down in it. It's done enough for now. We brought in some small rock there. And it doesn't matter. Cleaning here. It doesn't look like it, but there you can see that's what it starts like. Done that. We've got another stump pile, green pile, and then we're cutting up everything that's too small. Gonna sell the other trailer. And I got to tell you, if you look, the end of another beautiful day. We just finished working. I'm super happy with. Great wood. So that we have up and ready to be split. And as I mentioned before, that is 6 rows. And again, the logs, all those are cut to 16.5 feet. That we cut out for the road, brought down here and dealt with. Cleaned up this area down here, and we brought, and this is where we've been dragging all of our slash back to. We've started this next, and there's the excavator sitting there, so you can get some context of how large that is. And then this pile is our stump pile. A lot of these are stump firewood and logs the other way after we've cleaned it. And this is what it looks like when you start. Just a ton of slash. We probably got about half of this done now. There you can see a slash pile. This is where we're at. This is probably our next project. That's a pretty big stack. We're going to be starting to separate out the firewood from the slash. Cut this bank back here, just because that corner was so tight. Today, we seem to have misplaced the key. I believe the bonehead move I just did, because some idiot, in their haste, forgot to attach. It swung back, not hard, not violent. Back up quickly. Load, I get 3, then I bring the grapple down and toss it. Stumps there, logs down there. That'll be the second load of firewood we take out. That went a lot faster than we thought it would. Only took about a day and a half. 2 good loads of firewood out of it. Got to take those stumps down. That's all the stumps we pulled out. We got a pretty good bunch of logs out of there. Now a load of stumps of the road, widening it, putting a little bit of slope to this bank over here. And there is that. Room on this side, and then filled this side, and that is feet wide here for coming around that corner. Probably gonna, and the firewood pile is getting too large to be able to navigate down here. Splitting and stacking up firewood. It occurs to me in a previous video, but today I'm gonna start sawing out some of that. A lot of this wood is pretty questionable. I mean, obviously this is just old deadfall, still good firewood, and it's nice and dried out. So today we're going to be using a wood-fired outside boiler. So regardless, either burn it or clean it up, because as we clean up the wood, done. Stacking is not exciting, so I won't bore you. This thing is awesome in comparison. There's a couple more days of that. Kids then did 2 this morning, and now that the sun, we'll go ahead and go up and work on the road some more. Not that Groundhog Day. Definitely feels that way to us. But this is a long road way, and I got some down on the other end already done. The logs, firewood. So we're going to work on that today. Break-in maintenance on this generator. We got the next couple 100 feet of everything that we had thrown over the bank, cutting this back like I have been. I'm going to try something new. 9 trees, 2 of them are dead that have to be taken out in order to cut that bank back. And the corner's 14 feet wide, and everywhere else at least 12 feet. Be as gradual in slope as possible, but also plenty of width so that you're not shifts the entire road over to the left. And we'll see how well that goes. But that seems to be working. You can see how the excavator is up at a higher elevation. Whole thing down and over, making this a more gradual slope here. It's on the top side out. Obviously this still has to be smoothed out. I think this is working. Spent the last couple of days cleaning this area up and staging. We got all of that firewood split. We've got 6 rows here, but we're getting this ready. I've spent every day getting on Craigslist looking for a sawmill and not having any luck at all. And I've also been looking for the excavator, hopefully to move the logs, make that. I want to say about 2 hours. It's now noon. He got here about 6, so we probably got started at 6:30, 7 o'clock. About 3:30 and we're calling it a day. Smaller stuff here that really didn't suit itself for his larger sawmill, and when we get a sawmill we'll use that. Probably a little under half that pile. And here you can see it turned into firewood. Over here, enough length, there's still good wood in it, so we'll save that and use it for just odds and ends. 4x4s out of that. All of this is true dimensions, so 4x4s are actually 4x4. It's 16 feet long. There's 1x4s, 1x6s, some 1x8s. These are 4x4 cedar right here. So pretty pleased with that. Looking forward to getting our own sawmill so that we can do it. Anyway, end of another day. Pretty pleased. For $1,450 that I paid, again, it was our lumber, our time, we got $9,237 worth of lumber. And this is all true dimension. The 4x4s are, and now we've got something to start building with. Got all that stickered and stacked today, and yesterday we drove 2.5 hours to pick that up. It is used. This will do a 22-inch log. I measured my biggest log is 19. I 2 extra extensions, so it can do up to a 22-foot log. It also has a bandsaw sharpening tool. Like I think that was. I also got these that he was selling with it because they're moving. Typically not bringing logs in a single log at a time, but these are organizing this area, trying to get things restaged. ballpark here. Front to back, 7.7. Finally getting some rain. Let's see how long it lasts. Maybe the smoke will clear up, put some of those fires out. Good idea. Two more posts to bury. Also the same height with the chainsaw, which was a little bit. Four of the cross pieces. I'll probably put another one on each end that I need to take out. This is what I'm doing because now I'm going to bolt them down into the stumps. Now that I've got it straight, I've got this string set up so that it's one. I am leveling the bed to that string. I'm right here. Also, this tank finally came in. To charge, I went ahead and put this together, so now we can go get ag or dyed diesel. Now we're not running these two 5-gallon diesel cans back. Last two cross braces, so it should be ready for its maiden cut. Got a small 10-foot section of cedar on here. Let's see what it'll do. That looks really cool. I flipped it over. Last side. Really surprised by how quickly it cut. And in case you're thinking of doing something like this, these were cleaned this morning. That's every day.